I don't know if I've seen a more pretty little spot. Seriously, feel like I'm in a fairy tale here.
Whee!
Well, here we are.
Here we are.
Denver International Airport. It's been a stressful beginning.
See, bad things always happen in threes. We already had 3
to 4
threes.
to 5.
Threes.
I'm at about 7.
You might be at 6.
But here we go. On our way. A grand adventure for sure. So, happy trails, everybody. Now, I've since lost count of all the little things that had conspired to spoil this trip. But we managed to survive them all, and here we are, heading for our first bike tour all together, the 3 of us. But this bike tour will be different. Due to time constraints, we opted to use a bike tour operator for the first time, with rented bikes, luggage transfers, and pre-booked hotels all along the entire route. All right, we made it to Ljubljana. I just cannot wait to get to the trail. And sleep. First sleep, yeah, absolutely. While we're recovering from jet lag, perhaps this would be a good time to introduce my daughters and riding partners this time around. Bailey, my firstborn, has been joining me on adventures since she could walk. She's primarily a hiker, backpacker, backcountry skier, and a rafter, self-identifying as a river rat. She's backpacked the complete 567-mile-long Colorado Trail, and although she commutes to work daily on her bicycle, and has joined Julianna and I on some biking adventures, she's by her own admission no bicycle tourist. Kelsey, while growing up, was the least likely to join us in our backcountry adventures, but something clicked along the way, and now in addition to hiking the Colorado Trail, she's also completed the John Muir Trail in California and the Pacific Crest Trail, Mexico to Canada. She's a huge fan of human-powered locomotion and bikes or walks wherever possible in her daily life. She joined me on a bicycle tour in the San Juan Islands a few years back. I'd hoped that my son and Kelsey's twin brother Walker could join us on this trip, but he was held back at the last minute by work issues. Perhaps next time. Checked in last night into this hotel in Kron, Slovenia. I woke up this morning, look at that view. Those are the mountains we're going to be climbing through and climbing over and riding through in a couple of days. Fabulous. Wow. But first, we had to catch a local bus into Bled, where in the morning we would meet with the tour operator and get our bikes and the details for the next 11 days. Lake Bled. That means we had all afternoon and evening to enjoy the magnificent setting of beautiful Lake Bled. We just checked into our hotel here in Bled, and as you can see, a little castle view right out the window, right out the balcony here. I like that. Very nice. We talk to them in the morning, get our little welcome conversation going, get our bikes, and get started in the morning. This afternoon, looks like we'll just kind of go down to the lake, do the tourist thing. Bled is very much a tourist city. This is Kelsey and Bailey's room. A nice little balcony, and look at that view. Oh my goodness. The next logical step was to take a walk along the lakeshore, admiring the view. Despite the fact that Lake Bled is one of the biggest tourist attractions in all of Slovenia, its charms definitely shine through. Before we knew it, we were halfway around the lake, and we stopped to take a rest before completing the 6-kilometer loop.
I like that little cabin.
Yeah.
If I had a cabin,
Yeah.
I would want something like that.
Something minimal, kind of
Yeah, I
more
really like the
clean.
minimal, and I kind of like that just feels like archetypal.
Yeah. The setting of Lake Bled has been inspiring people for centuries. In the year 1004, Emperor Henry II of the Holy Roman Empire built that castle right there on the cliff. And the church there on the island, while quite a bit younger, is no less picturesque. What do we
flower
have
beds.
here? I've got trout with fennel, with pickled anise, and you've got
Local made noodle with tofu and like a balsamic sauce and pumpkin something sauce. And there's little flower bits and some pesto-y things.
Yeah, that's
I'm
great.
gonna start eating.
And then you got some
Truffle-y
you got some
things.
truffle-y stuff. And a delicious white wine. All overlooking the beautiful Lake Bled.
Good morning. We are waking up on our first day of riding here in Lake Bled, where we can see the castle from our hotel room.
No big deal.
We just looked up and saw this beautiful hot air balloon floating up into the sky.
That's how my soul feels.
It's gonna be a good day. I think it's an auspicious omen. Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm filming for this guy. Sorry.
After meeting with our tour liaison, we got fitted for our bikes. More about that later. And we're whisked away in a van to the top of a pass. Well, the van just dropped us off, took us up to the top of this, I guess, some kind of a pass from Bled up to here, and from here on we'll be riding. What a gorgeous spot, huh? Really pretty up here. Kind of cool. Definitely got some elevation gain. Yeah, just getting our stuff ready. Looking forward to a nice day. Today it's mostly descent, so we should be hitting some waterfalls, a nice lake. I don't know, the whole thing sounds really cool, so here we go. So we got on our less than ideal rental bikes, and we began our journey. All right, we are rocking and rolling. We're at the top of, I don't know, some pass or another. Kind of a cool gray day, at least up here. We're going to be doing some elevation changing today. It's going to be all downhill, really. A lot of people biking through here. It's really popular, and big hiking area as well. Lovely forest. This is the kind of forest that you read about in fairy tales. Very magical. So the 2023 father-daughter trip is officially underway. Elsie,
Morning.
how you doing?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good. Bike feels a little rough.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're used to the good stuff.
We're used to the good stuff for sure.
This is professional grade.
Morning, B.
Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Physically great.
Yeah.
Emotionally, I'm very sad about something unrelated, but bicycling is the best medicine for that, isn't it?
Sure is. It's hard to be too down when you're just cranking away, getting fresh air. It's a beautiful morning. We were headed for Triglav National Park, a jewel high in the Julian Alps. But first, we came upon a lovely roadside gem, a rest stop for walkers and cyclists, created entirely from a local's prolific and delightful imagination.
Okay, so here's a nice little chair to sit and relax. Oh, what have we here? A little bottle for you to take a sip and farewell. Who's taking the first sip?
Bailey.
I will not.
In the end, she did. We all did. It was a gift, after all, from a beautiful soul. Thank you, my good man, for all that you do. Hello. As we ventured further, the road deteriorated significantly, but we found ourselves immersed in an old-world landscape of rustic buildings scattered across sweeping pastures amid soaring mountains and deep, fertile valleys.
Watch the bottle.
Whoa. Whoa. Let's pull over for a second. My goodness. Wow. This is Triglav National Park, the jewel of the Julian Alps. It encompasses 4% of the entire Slovenian nation, nearly all of the country's highest peaks, a multitude of lakes and waterfalls, and rustic old world culture. Everywhere you go here, they have these strange fences with a little roof on top of them, slats across, very rustic. My understanding is that they are for drying hay for the livestock. My goodness, this is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at this. Wow. Seriously, feel like I'm in a fairy tale here. It's just so cool. My goodness. Can you believe this? This is so cool. So pretty. Just... The route led us from one breathtaking view after another, through enchanting villages and mystical forests. Well-tended wayside shrines and churches lined the way, attesting to the faith of this largely Catholic culture. The area around here is popular with hikers and cyclists alike, and we cross paths with numerous groups of road cyclists from back roads and other tour operators. And there you see them drying the grass. I don't know if I've seen a more pretty little spot. I mean, it is just dreamy. We're going straight, right? The elegant church of St. John the Baptist finds itself in an ideal setting, and no doubt graces many a postcard. Here we took a side trip, following the shores of Lake Bohinj to the Savika waterfall, one of the many gems of Triglav National Park. A lot of cars and a lot of cyclists too. Everyone's getting along. Everyone seems to be totally chill with it all. Here at Lake Bohinj. Let's hike up this really steep trail to check out a waterfall. Take a look.
Apparently there are bears here.
I know, I was seeing that. Bet there's wolves too.
Huh?
Werewolves. This is like werewolf territory.
Are there normal wolves or just the were kind?
Oh, I don't know about regular kind. Probably not. They've hunted all those down, but the werewolves they haven't been able to eradicate fully. Just got finished with doing a nice walk up to a waterfall. And now we're heading back to Bohin. Got about 10 miles to go. It's gray, kind of cool, humid. Really pretty forest through here. Just loving the forest. But coming up here, we were all kind of daunted by the climb, which wasn't that intense, but on these bikes it was pretty brutal. I mean, they're really heavy bikes. As you can hear, my chain is rattling. It's not the best bike. I was expecting better, I have to admit. This one is very uncomfortable for me. Seat keeps slipping, I keep having that problem. And the frame is way too small for me. I told them in advance, that frame is gonna be way too small. Said, oh, it's fine. We have a different measuring system. This is made for a guy your size. Not even close. But it has a tall seat post. So I can get my legs to the right extension, but you know, everything is kind of janky on it. So we decided that we're gonna shuttle to the top of the hill in the morning, and we're not gonna ride. It's gonna be about a 3,000 foot climb and maybe 7 miles or something. I just thought I can't do it on this bike. And Kelsey felt the same way. Bailey was more like she felt she could do it. It's the first time I've ever copped out, but I feel good about it. Here we go.
Dude, there's so much lake here.
Yeah. A whole bunch of lake. I'm liking the amount of lake.
Yeah. Yay, a bike path. Oh, what treat.
How about that, a bike path? Love it. Although not exactly level, like a rail trail. That's gonna be steep. Looks like we're doing our final stretch into Bohin Distrika. I can't remember the name. Bohin something. Got a little rain, very light. Doesn't look like it's gonna really do much until later today, and then rain tomorrow. But boy, it is just so gorgeous through here. See if I can catch up with these two. Once we made it back to Lake Bohin, we found a lovely bike trail along the Sava Bohinica, which took us the rest of the way to our stop for the night, Bohiniška Bistrica.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice view, huh? Oh my goodness. Doesn't that look like the kind of path you want to ride down? Boy, oh boy.
Oh, golly gee willikers. Golly gosh. Oh my goodness.
You want to go in front and take one stop for photos?
Hi. Hi.
Hello, how you doing? On your left, Kelsey. Yellow. Despite the less than ideal rental bike situation, we had spent an entire day surrounded by an alpine paradise, making this one of the most delightful days of riding one can imagine. The rest of our ride was an easy cruise into town, through a flat, fertile valley beneath graceful peaks and with only a few obstacles. Look out! They're doing those little rolling cross-country skis, getting ready for winter. How about that? Oh, here comes the rain. You can hear it. Can't feel it yet. Arriving in our town for the night, Bohin Distrika. We reached our inn, really a campground with a modern but thoroughly unique and delightful lodge. And then we headed out for a well-deserved meal. Heading out to town. Find ourselves some strudel.
Beer.
Beer. It's a gorgeous place. It's kind of like a campground. We also got a room here. It's gorgeous. gorgeous, gorgeous vistas around here. This is just fabulous. What a day this has been. Incredible day. Yeah, baby?
Yeah, darling.
Oh, yeah.
Did you mention that we decided not to bike up the very, 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 very steep hill tomorrow?
I did mention it. We had a rough day climbing today. Those bikes aren't fitting us.
The bikes are like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, they're a little out of control. So we are going to get a ride to the top of some pass or another, or to the top of a plateau. And that's what we're going to do. It's all good. Strudel sounds better.
Strudel and beer sounds good.
I don't know if it's like actually strudel.
Well, just beer.
Na zdraví. Fabulous. That is great.
It's local cheese.
That night, the rain that had been promised all day finally arrived. Perfect timing.